Welcome back to Ball Hacks. So what I want to touch base on today is a couple of snake terms that you're going to come across as you learn snake keeping. So, a few of the things that you're going to come across is CHE, ceramic heat emitter. Basically, these are just a bulb that heat your enclosure. They last longer than the normal lights, plus they don't let light out. That's one of the most important things because light will stress on a ball python. So, with that said, CHE is your best option. Now, for a top heat. But you don't need a top heat. That's not necessary. In tub keeping, the majority of your heat is going to come from a UTH, an under the tub heater. So, that's going to be your heat tape, a heat mat, but we're not going to go too far into that. Heat tape works great. What I found with the heat mats is that it's inconsistent, where you might have your probe in one spot where it reads at 90 where you want it, or 88.8 like I like mine. It may read at that point there, but if you go over to one of the corners, it might be reading 95, 99, 100, or even lower than that. This is why I don't like heat mats. I don't really trust any product that you can buy in a pet store. I'm not going to go too much into that theory, but I just don't trust them, and there's good reasons why. I might go into that into another video. Other terminology you might come across is RIs, which is your respiratory infections. For those, that's not a good thing. That's a vet bill waiting. Well, that is a vet bill. When you come across an RI, you're going to have bubbles in the nose, gurgling, sounding, breathing, cackling, and you'll see some bubbles around the mouth. It's not a good thing. How those happen is your humidities get too low, and the sinus cavities of the snake, they get dry and then they crack. Well, when your humidity bumps back up, when you bump your humidity back up, that's going to build bacteria, and bacteria is going to get into that cracks, and that's how the infection starts. So when that happens, you got to get your snake to a vet. They have to do a culture. Make sure you get a culture done if your snake has an RI, because if you don't get a culture done, they won't know what medication to give to the snake. The wrong medication can end up killing the snake, so you want to keep that in mind. A few other ones that you're going to come across are like T-stats. These are your thermostats. These are the most important tool in your arsenal. Make sure you get a thermostat. The ones I would recommend is a VE or the Herpstats. Herpstats are the best. That's what I plan on upgrading to once I have the money to do it. But as for now, I'm going to continue using my Ringder because it's still working. I'm going to move that one to a quarantine. But definitely to save a vet bill, spend the money that you would on a vet bill to have proper heating so you don't burn your snake. Because if you run your heat mat or heat tape without a thermostat, you're going to end up burning your snake, and if it doesn't kill it, you're going to end up spending that money for the vet bill, and then you're going to end up spending even more money on a thermostat. So avoid the vet bill, buy the thermostat. Alright. A couple of other things that you're going to come across is the wobble. Yeah, everybody's heard of the wobble. This is a condition that's seen in spiders, champagnes, and hidden gene womas. Basically what it is, it's a neurological problem that makes their head wobble, or they'll do a little corkscrew dance. It's hard to explain without seeing it. So, with that said, you want to make sure that when you're feeding a ball python with the wobble, you keep a little extra eye on them if you feed live, because that's normally when the wobble really shows, is when they're about to eat or about to strike. They might miss, so that's something that you have to deal with. Now, those 3 genes are absolutely beautiful genes. I have a champagne myself. He's got a bit of a wobble. So with that said, with those few terminologies that are explained, keep that in mind as you get into this hobby. There's more to snake owning than just owning a snake. It's a matter of studying them. You're going to constantly be learning. You're going to constantly be studying. It's important to do this so you can continue with this hobby and evolve with it, so you can provide the best care possible. Remember, tanks are dead. #TubLife.